Whether you wear a cowboy hat or a farmer's cap, if you've got cattle, you pay your beef checkoff. But do you know where it goes and who spends it and if it's worth it? Well, this is Baxter Black, and I found the answers on mybeefcheckoff.com. When I sell a critter, I'm supporting projects that keep consumers loving beef. And volunteers, beef and dairy folks like you and me, decide how the dollars are spent, and they're good at it. Each dollar invested returns a $5 bill, so get to know your checkoff at mybeefcheckoff.com.
Baxter Black on U.S. Farm Report is brought to you by the Beef Checkoff. If you have questions about how your beef checkoff is invested, who makes those decisions, and what's the return, you'll find all the answers and so much more on mybeefcheckoff.com.
As a veterinarian, Baxter understands all too well the strong relationship that can develop between man and animal. And as you might guess, he has a story to prove his point.
Dee was an authentic animal lover. She grew up on a western cattle ranch, and after she moved away, her suburban neighborhood prevented her from raising cows. They're so bulky, she said. But her need to shepherd was not satisfied by dogs, cats, or even a gerbil. One day she discovered alpacas. They are the Porsche of camelids, compared to the SUV llama or the army tank dromedary. Any good stockman can affirm that it is possible to develop an affection for a bum lamb or a good and faithful cow. So when I say she loved her alpacas, we livestock people understand that particular bond. But I admit I did not entirely grasp the depth of her animal husbandriness. "Is that an alpaca wound?" I asked, pointing at the scratch on her hand. "No," she said, as if she was about to say something as commonplace as, "I fell," or the rosebush got me. "No," she said, "I got it bathing a chicken." "I raise hens," she said, nonchalantly, as if I could name 3 people in my circle of acquaintances who actually keep layers in their backyard. "Do they get a bath every weekend or just on special occasions?" I asked, beginning to question her true relationship with the animal kingdom. "No, don't be silly. Etta," she's named after my aunt, was being picked on by the other hens, and she'd quit laying. She was quite poopy. I didn't ask for a definition of poopy. After all, I am a veterinarian. I tried brushing her, and then I tried a nearly disastrous attempt with the steel nozzle of my vacuum cleaner. Finally, I filled a bucket with warm water and stood her in it up to her neck. After some initial wing flapping, she sort of relaxed, kicked back, and had a good soak. I washed her affected areas with soap. "You mean behind her wattles and under her wing pits?" I asked. "No," she laughed. She said, "I just toweled her off good and dried her with a hair dryer and poofed her up, and guess what? She laid an egg the next day." Dee looked at me and smiled sweetly. She had a tender heart. "Out of appreciation for your loving care, I bet," I said, and I meant it. This is Baxter Black from out there.
Next week, Baxter pays tribute to Border Collies. Until then, check out his work online at baxterblack.com.